back and welcome back to the channel and another one of our playthroughs. Now this one's an alternate course from a guy who has just published and says it's his first course on the forums. So it's a guy called Mark, considers an alternate course, not expecting to make the main field but looking forward to any feedback. At the moment I have a little bit of time, so there's every chance for those of you watching on YouTube and thinking maybe if I can be an alt, I'll definitely get a playthrough. That may not happen, just depending on how many main course publishers we get. I'm away from the start of July and work really ramps up again in a week, so we'll see. If I can play them all I will, but no guarantee. Right, we're going to play off the blacks and we're going to go for pin, let's go pin 3. And I've done winds, medium southeast. So yeah, no idea what we're going to get from this, but I mean, looks interesting. The pictures, as far as I can see, don't look too bad. Usually you're just panicked with an alternate course that it's going to be like from the not approved thread, and then it's if it's just super basic feedback, like that's not really what this is for. Okay, and we do find ourselves out on the coast, kind of got a Mexico, like Diamante sort of vibe, maybe. Or like maybe it's based on New Zealand, like the Tahiti style. Oh, I'm not streaming that course. Maybe it hasn't updated yet. Yeah, I'm going to guess at this being New Zealand. One thing I'd say flying around, you'll notice that and there's like a little, presumably a par 3 or a short course in here. The red bushes are very evenly spaced, which doesn't really make a ton of sense in terms of how they would grow. Like try and clump those together. It's just one of those things that will start leaping out to you a bit more. Got terrain painted bunkers, fairways weaving through. The one thing I'd say based on this at the moment is it looks kind of samey at this point. Just if you're looking, like you've got different, you kind of want to cultivate slightly different environments, or it not necessarily feeling like every hole looks exactly the same. So like, how can you vary within a theme as much as you possibly can do? Now the treed areas are probably the bits that I'm most looking forward to, because that will add a bit of variety. Right, let's give it a go. So first hole, yeah, we have gone terrain painted bunkers. Lots of mounds. Okay, big, interesting greens. There's some boldness there. Oh, that's good. Sculpting looks decent. Sightline looks decent. Love this. Hey, I'm going to go... Yeah, I'm going to go 3-wood. Oh. Should have just hit driver. Utterly terrible. Not the shot I want to be hitting. It might bounce up. Go on, get there. Right, now where's the lottery taking us? Oh, there we go. Well, that was fun. I'd say the green is a little on the big side, but at least you've put very bold slopes on it. I think it's, what are we looking at? From front to back, 26, 45. Yeah, so we're looking at 71 yards, which is it's very extreme. I'd say like 40 would be a big green. Feed its way down there. Oh, slower than I thought. Oh, that's I mean, deserved after the tee shot, but that's a pretty dreadful bogey. Second hole, green looks slightly more standard sized. I would say the planting is solid. It is in all the right spots. I think we can probably do a little bit more with it like that. As you develop as a designer, you will find other ways of achieving this look, and like just take, I think one of my, if I'm basing this off, I'm assuming this is maybe Tahiti related. I would literally load up 17 at Tahiti on phone or something or picture next to you, and just try to absolutely mimic that as best you can to really get the planting. Additionally, the same with the bunkering. I think the bunker is here, but this shape is not doing much for you. It's just a curved edge. Can you vary where that like a protrusion is coming, how it sculpts? Like, just really play with it. What else do I have to say about this one? Yeah, probably raise this up a little bit because that apron's not helping you. It's only ever rolling a ball away. We're just going to go find the other bunker. It's okay. I'm also trying, as far as possible, not to use the pick shot and not to use super flop because I just find they make the game less fun. And that feels like a good up and down. I like the little path through. Is this another path 3? No. Oh, so that's second shot here. Oh, I like that we've broken this up. Another one of the big greens, which is cool. There's some interesting ways, particularly that middle bowlish pocket. I think the feedback for you is going to be relatively simple, which is just keep doing stuff, and keep working on things, but try to take everything from like good to great. So that's things like you've got all the basics down. So that's things like with your greens, for example, you've got the big slopes, now refine them, make like subtler contouring, have it. Yeah, with your sightlines, they're generally pretty good. Did you want this area to be blind? Like sculpting, you've got your big broad hill. Could we be lowering this at the bottom? Could we be adding more definition to where there's your bunkering? Bits like that. That needs a bounce. Might get one. Ooh. And it might go off. It's kind of hard to legislate for a ball bouncing all the way through, but I guess you can answer the question as to whether that's what you'd want to see. Like, do you want that red slope to play like that? Because if that had been greener, like, it's all a product of everything going hard this way. That's not me saying that that should have stayed on the green, but I think you'll have an idea as to whether you'd have wanted it to or not. Oh, okay, interesting. Let's just do it again. It's not remotely what was intended to happen. I just played the usual pitch slot. The game decided to default it to a full swing. There we go. Great. One way to make a 4. Okay. Oh, 4. Yeah, the trees make a big difference to this. Again, if we're looking from good to great, they're all, I think, multi-plant / copy and paste. I can't totally tell. Again, can you vary those? Because lots of what you're doing is really good. Another interesting green. So yeah, again with your greens, I'd say the first 4 have all been raised. So how can you make it so that rather than running a ball off, that you're helping people feed a ball onto the green? Because then you'll find that that massively improves your playability, and just people when out of position don't feel like they're constantly being punished. So if, for example, this one, you can see the whole thing's been raised, what, 2 feet or so? Which I assume might have come from an Andre tutorial, because I tend to have to undo that one when I'm giving feedback. If you sat the green directly at ground level, think about how I might be able to land a shot here and run it straight at there. Or I might be able to play it here and run the ball, or like land it here, hit that slope, then run the ball down. Whereas at the moment, because it's all raised up, I've kind of only got the option of just going straight at it, which then impacts all the way back to the tee, because then I need to be as close as possible in order to have that shot. Whereas if I can lay back a bit further, then I can think about running a ball in, and just it will make a big difference when you start looking at greens like that. That could be good though. I mean, you can play it this way. I just feel like you give people a choice as to how they have to play it rather than prescribing how they need to play it. This one looks fun. Yeah, broadly speaking, the holes are interesting. The sculpting is generally good. The green sites are generally, like, everything is good. So this one funnels in much more, and that is immediately much more attractive because I see this pin and I think, okay, I am wanting to try to run a ball in there if I possibly can do. Although I think that slope just behind it works against me a touch. But still, at least we have that option. Finding a swing. And yeah, I mean, again, you don't want me being blind from here. It might be one where it wasn't blind before you planted it, but you got to check things like that. Because it's such a, like, this is such a cool approach shot, he says, smashing one up into the cabbage. It's a really cool approach shot. Like, let me see that. I want to be seeing that view from wherever I am, because, like, that fires your imagination going of, like, oh, how I'm going to bounce a ball in. If you take, like, the visual aspect of that away from you, then you lose a lot of the power of what you've put together. Huh. That's again flown way further. I just don't get how that's gone that far. Great. I've got it's defaulted me to a lag part, which is cool. It did not work. So I assume the lag putt lets you putt from outside of the usual, like, 180 or whatever distance. That's an annoying drop shot. Oh, okay. Playing here. Yeah, loads I love. Like, this little mound, and it's kind of a ridge which you can hit over, and then you get a sight of the green. Again, we've got a raised green. Like, could we do that a little bit differently? If you are looking, again, I'm just assuming this is Tara ET inspired. I'm getting that kind of vibe. Like, look at how many of their greens don't allow a run-on shot. I think you got basically 17, and that's it. Because yeah, here I'm now trying to think downwind. I've got to land it basically on the false front and hope that it doesn't roll too far. There's no other way of getting it close, and that's because of it being slightly raised. And when you're not that good, it just gets a bit difficult. Because actually, the other than the false front, if you took this part of the green, all of it, and just lowered it down so that this was all green slope, I think you've got all the makings of a really good green. Like the rest of the contours are really good. Just try not to take that shot away from people. Right. The game going to let me hit this shot properly this time? It is. Huh. Just a weird anomaly on the last hole. Okay, now into the trees. This was the part that I was, like, more looking forward to. I think that's one thing that TRI does that I really like. Yeah, because now you can start asking people to work the ball. Like, this is cool. Simpler golf hole. Yay! And look, like, because it's flatter, I can run a ball in from this side. This is the best hole so far. Like, not even close. I think I just want to play 2-iron. I love this one. This is just simple, done really, really well. Like, there's choices because I could challenge those trees and end up closer. I can lay back and I can choose to take the wedge shot on. I I love the front portion of the green. I think the back portion maybe has a little too much going on. But even then, I think if you just toned down these slopes, like kept the mounds the same size, but just made like where I'm trying to trace, like if that were the edge of your red, I think you'd just get a much more playable green. And question whether you need things like this and how that plays to multiple pins. Right. Pitching which choked approach or full. 20. No, let's go for the choked one. That's as good as I can hit it. Because yeah, had I hugged the right hand side, I get a better angle in. Right. Oh. And then just completely panicked on the putt. But it also, like setting wise, really helps this one because it's on a different part of the plot, therefore it feels a bit different. Even here, just the trees being off to the left makes this feel different, which really helps. Okay. See what this one brings us. Love the sightline again. Yeah, feels like we're hitting our stride more. Awesome green feature. As a par 5, I don't mind that this one's a bit more raised, but even then you could run a ball onto this one. Yeah, this is a great hole as well. Really like. I will be really interested to know whether you built these holes in order. And this is like you hitting your stride, or how the process worked. Because so many of the fundamentals you've gotten down. Again, like your native area is really cool. Have your bunkers, like if you look at how Tara80 does it, like these bits are more intricate, and then it goes into the native stuff. But like green sight's awesome, bunker placement's awesome. Like there's so much you are doing really, really well. Oh, we're gonna be playing from this scrub area. I love that feature at the front of the green. And that's one where I would be tempted to make this a smaller green just so that that impacts on every round possible. I'd be almost wanting to move that into the green so that there's some pins that are in front of that, some pins that are behind that. Think about how you could use that for that pin or to that one. Whereas if you're playing back to here, you just don't have that in any way. It feels like a bit of a shame. Right. Could be 99%. Oh, no, we just booked it. 12% closed is quite a lot. Decent chip. Ooh. There. Oh, it's a nice putt. Take the 5. Again, visually with this one, the thing you need to do is just blend your native and non-native areas. So like your green surfaces, we've just got this heavy rough, and then we've got all of the waste area. Try and think how you can blend that. I do think this green needs some editing. Even for a short par 3, like you can just blend like how would I explain this? Use colors of slope that are not just green or red. Like try and play around with the others. Try and make sure that it's not always just a 1 foot rise. I think that might not be enough. But 130 is way too much. Let's see how that goes. Come on, wind, hit it. Yeah, take that. Fun shot. Only other thing again I'd say is like let me see that hole. It's your picturesque par 3. Don't have it hiding behind the planting. Keep checking your sightlines from the tee. I'm really enjoying it though. It's a very relaxing enjoyable round. And not much to comment on the tee shot. Got the land movement just right. Like there's enough movement. A little bit of a bowl. I think your main thing with the greens is just getting your sizing right. They're just all a little bit too big. Sit now. I thought the wind would hit that more. Come back. Hey. Fun shot. Oh, I pushed it at the end because I thought I'd overread it. Shame. Yeah, since we went into the trees, this has really kicked up a gear. Again, can you show us that fairway? I feel like it was all, I want to say it was all visible before you planted, and then once you planted, you lost this view. But this is what we should see. This is with the planting getting in the way. I could be wrong. Very cool green. Yeah, just like keep, yeah. I mean, there's not much feedback beyond just keep going, keep working at it, like keep getting better. I will also link in here. There's a thread I wrote on the forums about how to keep getting better. I think that would be something that's worth reading and just looking at. Like, what are the next stages? Just want this to spin. Please spin now. Oh, that was fun. Don't use that shot enough. What have we got next? Oh, skip the camera. So aiming tree. Okay, so we know if we go right of that, then you're going into the bunker. Again, sit the green down just a foot or so would make a difference. Might be asking a little much. Means it's a longer approach. Also, loving the space you've given each hole. It's really nice. Yeah, that's a tough pin. Choked 4? Might not get there. See if we can bounce it in. Oh, we can. And it's gone. This is always the risk with front to back greens. Still don't get why that one pitch shot just absolutely jumped. Oh well. Even par. Feels like a real win at the moment. I think you can. Another little thing I would say is just you can dress up your par threes, and when you've got loads of fairway in front, I would be looking at cutting in the planting in front of that. Again, I'll reference Tariti 17. You'll see how that bunker complex does a lot, but also in front of the tee, there's like natural waste coming here. That bunker's really nicely done. How it integrates with that area. Like, can you work some planting towards this or like little bits? Kind of worry that this would push me off the green. We'll try. Oh, I found a swing now. Oh, we're about to find out. Yeah, I think that slope is a little too severe for what you want it to be. Because that's designed to funnel you closer to that pin. Instead, it just pushes you off. Go on. Oh, I like the clubhouse. No! I was too busy paying attention to the clubhouse. That's a That's a silly shot to have lost. Hey, maybe back into the trees? Kind of wanting to get back to the trees at this point. Let's see. I'll play here. Okay. Again, cool green. The sizing on this one makes a big difference. I think it's probably a little bit too much on the red slopes there, but that's kind of a constant theme. Uh-oh. Yeah. That was always happening. Hmm. Oh, it needs to get lucky. Putting's been terrible. I think I've even gotten rid of my fittings on the putter yet. Just me being bad. Okay, so now we go back into the trees. All sort of bowl green. That's a nice spot for one as well. I think with my driver, I can just bunt it down there and be in no danger. And a friendly bounce. Yeah, this is really cool. The holes in the trees have been by a mile my favourites. I think partly the framing of having something different visually really helps. Oh, it's just died in the upslope. But also I think you've kind of got some simpler hole designs done really nicely, and the trees play a part of those. That will do. Okay, we get one of those terrible shots back. Nice ridge sideline hole. Big picture variety's been good as well. Like, we haven't had a ton of repeated hole designs. That's interesting in that it's drivable, but with risk. I think again you will learn how to do this runoff and stuff better. Just comes with practice. The ideas are all there. Okay, we can go a 3-wood stinger for no particular reason. I want to be able to hit a spinner in here, I think. That will do. Plan's working. Yes. Good distance for it. Up 7, 51 carry into the wind. Yeah, I think it's this. That's the shot. As designed. We have both of our shots back. Hooray. 2 holes to go. See what we got. Looks like a par 3. Be my guess? Yeah. I really like this. I kind of wish you'd have just, if you'd lowered this entire hole like between 5 and 10 yards or 10 feet down, you would have a much better view. I'm going to try and see show you what would, like, that would have been your ideal view, right? Like, look at the great view of the course you could create if you just dropped the whole green site. Like, don't be afraid to like look around for this sort of stuff, and you can make those big changes later on as well. That's a nasty pen because my clubbing is not that good. Well, that might work out. That's okay. Okay, we'll take the stay. We'll take that. And in. Well, it's been a more entertaining. Oh, we've got par 5 to finish off and try and get home under par. Back towards the dunes. And towards the coast. Nice closing look. The routing's done really effectively to bring us around to this point. And part of that is because those holes in the trees were so good, you haven't lost anything by going back away from the coast. Okay, where do we want to be ending up? Because we're not making that green. Just hit somewhere down here. There we are. It's the perfect club. He says, shoving it. Oh, it wasn't. It was the right club. Wrong direction. Play across that ridge. Well, we're going to finish even par. Let's have a little pan around to that clubhouse. Nice. Yeah. All very good stuff. Okay, you can pop that in. Now, I put this not in. I think it's a slight step below in terms of the execution, but similar to Coffish's one, Montefano, a while back, where it's just everything is done so solidly. There are no like missteps. There are no bad hole designs where you've tried to do too much, which is really common for newer designers, or certainly guys who are newer to submitting courses. Like the whole look visually is solid. I think your big challenge now is like, can you take your whole designs and make them all like that first one in the Pines where it's really engaging? Can you take your green sculpting and sizing and make them all really good so that everything is even more cohesive whilst retaining that fun factor? Can you take all of the holes, all of the surroundings and the planting and the aesthetics, and it's good, it's fine, but can you elevate that and make that like go follow some golf wolf courses and look at those, or like some of the others coming out of World Cup? Can you replicate that style of planting? And then the sculpting of the bunkers and the shaping of the bunkers, can you do that in the way that, like, I don't know, look at Metatropics on the previous course and like the intricacy of that bunker work? Can you do stuff like that? So it's really like now there is no weak part to your designing, I would say, based on this, which is a hell of a compliment for a first course I've played from someone. I don't say that very often. So it's now, right, every single course, what is the thing that you are making as good as it could possibly be? Because you can work on everything all at once, but I just find it dilutes the impact. Like, pick an aspect to really nail the next course you do and just focus on that. Like I say, I'll link that thread down in the description as well. It's on the forums as well in tips and tricks. I think it's near the top, has stickied it. But hopefully that helps. Like, it's a really cool entry, and I thoroughly enjoyed playing that. And I'll be looking forward to coming back again. Cheers for those